To determine whether the forEach method exists on our browser, we can use the console. We can write a bit of JavaScript. So let's open up Chrome, which is what I'm doing here. And now let's access the console. And very few people are going to know this. So call this a pro tip. There are two different places we can write JavaScript within Chrome. The first and most obvious place is in the console. For example, we can console log hi Wally. And as we would expect, that would return hi Wally to the console. This is where most people go to write JavaScript, but it can be cumbersome because we have to execute each line of code line by line. There's a better way, a more fun and intuitive and just a better way. Where do we go? Well, on the Sources tab. And within the Sources tab, we can create what they call a new snippet. And we can call our file anything. Let's call it native support test, because that's what we're doing. Now, how do we test whether the forEach method exists? Well, the first thing you need to know is that the forEach method exists on the prototype of every single array. What this means is that when we create an array, it automatically has access to all the methods and properties attached to that prototype, of which one of them should be the forEach method. So let's just test whether the forEach returns undefined, because if it does return undefined, it means that it doesn't have support for it. Our browser doesn't know what it is. So one way to do this, and there are many ways, I understand that, I'm just doing a quick and dirty method. We access the array object, we access its prototype, and on that prototype, there should be a forEach method if it is natively supported. And that should not return undefined. And if it does return undefined, we know that it doesn't exist. Now, there are two ways we can run this JavaScript. You can push Control-Enter on your keyboard, or we can click the play sign. So I'm just going to click the play sign. And there we go. It returns true. It means that the forEach is not equal to undefined. And there you have it, that we've just confirmed that the forEach is natively supported on my current version of Chrome. Okay, so we've seen our browser does support the forEach method. It's on every single array that we create, and it's on the prototype of the array. But in order to illustrate what a polyfill is, let's just pretend that our browser is so old that it doesn't know the forEach function. So going forward, just put that at the back of your mind. Let's just pretend that it actually is undefined, the forEach method. So it doesn't exist on our browser. Cool, I think that's enough for this lecture. We've gone through a lot in a short space of time. In the next lecture, let's start building this polyfill.